Good morning and welcome back to class. Today I wanted to go over the presentations that you guys are going to make or the projects that you're making to me about Greek mythology. Now, you don't have to film yourself or do anything elaborate like that. I just wanted to give you guys an easy to follow demonstration on what your project should look like. So I've broken down the three groups: heroes, gods, and demigods. Let's take a look. We're going to start with gods. The Greek gods, I want to know their name, their power, their realm. Realm, when I talk about gods, is what are they the god of? Their family, any major accomplishments they have, and an interesting story about them, or maybe some facts. I'm going to give you guys Dionysus. He's the god of wine and winemaking and theater. Dionysius is the son of Zeus, and he's the last Olympian to join the other gods on Mount Olympus, and that makes him somewhat of an outsider. He was raised off of Olympus. He was actually raised by nymphs. Nymphs are woodland spirits that inhabit nature and help it make it grow. So Dionysus lived with them, and they taught him how to cultivate grapes, which he then took and learned how to make wine. So as Dionysus learned to make wine, he became well known for going around to humans and teaching them. He found a lot of joy in that. And joy is one of his things. He likes to be a part of good things that are happening. And according to Greek mythology, Dionysus is best represented by the seasons summer and winter. In the summertime, he's happy, he's joyful, people are happy, things are growing, it's beautiful. In wintertime, he's a lot more sad. Things aren't going great. He has two sides. He's not only one type of god. It makes it very interesting. Now, he is one of the gods that is kind to human beings. He cares about our joy and our happiness. That's Dionysus. There's a picture of him. As you can see, he has the grapes, he has the beautiful laurel wreath, he's got his chalice of wine. Now, demigods. Demigods are the children of gods. They want to know their name, their power, their realm, if they have one, their family, any major accomplishments. I covered Agnor. Now, Agnor's not a typical demigod. He doesn't have the strength of Zeus, but he was wise. Let me tell you a little bit about Agnor. Agnor is the son of Poseidon and Lydia. He has a twin brother who's named Belus. Now, Agnor was born in the city of Memphis, which is located in Egypt. And from there, he started training in how to fight. He also trained in how to sail and how to be a good leader. He became the king of Phoenicia, and he moved there with his family. He was a great soldier and a wise king, and he was stronger and wiser than anybody in his time, which just means he was in good shape in ancient Greece. Agnor founded the cities of Tyre and Sidon, and he has a very tragic story. All of Agnor's children leave his home, and he never sees them again. His daughter Europa is stolen away or kidnapped by Zeus and carried off of the island, never to return. Agnor has no idea where she went. He's looking for Europa everywhere. So he gets his sons and he says, I want you to go out and find your sister, but don't come home until you find her. Don't give up. You love your sister, go find her, bring her back. They go out, they can't find her, they never return. So Agnor's tragic story is that he loses all of his children. He is in the Iliad, which is the story of how the Greeks defeated the Trojans. Here's actually a picture from the movie Troy. Agnor there can be seen holding his trident, clearly the son of Poseidon. Now, heroes. This was my favorite group to talk about. Heroes, I want to know their name, their family, any major accomplishments they have, interesting facts, and tragic flaws. Now, the Greeks are sometimes a little strange about this. Sometimes their heroes are born from gods, sometimes they're not. They mix them up every now and then. Thesis. Thesis is Athens' greatest hero. Thesis is the son of Agis, who's a king of Athens, but he doesn't grow up in Athens. He grows up in a town called Troezen. And there his dad, Agis, leaves a gift for him, so when Theseus is old enough to become a man, he'll have those tokens and he's worthy to meet his dad. I know, not a great childhood. But what Agnes does is he takes a sword and shoes and puts those under a rock and says, when my son can lift this boulder, he can have these tokens and I'll know he's worthy. So when Theseus is old enough, he easily picks up the rock, throws it away, puts on the shoes, takes the sword, and goes off to meet his father. On his way to Athens, he attacks and defeats several bandits, but his most famous feat comes when he defeats the Minotaur. Now, the Minotaur was a very evil creature, and it lived in the labyrinth under the castle in Crete. King Menes kept it, and he made other city-states send him prisoners, or kids typically, to fight the Minotaur. Well, they call in Thesis. Thesis comes in, and he actually does something pretty smart. He takes a ball of twine, and he ties off the end of it, and then he goes through the labyrinth so he doesn't get lost. He can always follow the twine back. He finds the Minotaur, he's able to defeat the monster, return home, and he becomes the king of Athens. An awesome story. He even goes to the underworld and successfully returns, although while he's gone, his kingdom gets taken over by another king. He realizes he can't take back over the kingdom. He goes off to see his buddy Lycomedes. Lycomedes actually pushes him off a cliff. He trusted this guy, and this guy betrayed him, killed him in a very treacherous manner. And that's the tragic flaw of Theseus. He trusted people too much. And after that, he's killed. In fact, the cool thing, though, is when he's in the underworld and he's held captive, it's Hercules who sets him free. So he's connected in with Hercules. It's a really cool story. All right, here's a picture of Thesis fighting the Minotaur. Now, so what I want you guys to do, I want a good presentation from you, all right? I need 2 to 3 good paragraphs, or 1 to 2 good paragraphs, 1 to 2 good paragraphs that are going to cover the information I just gave you. So go back, rewatch this video, look at the PowerPoint slide. I'm going to put it up for you. Make sure your presentation falls in line with this. If you've already done it, great. If you haven't, go back and do it. Again, I don't want you to copy and paste this information. I want you to write this down on your own, and I know you can do it because you guys rock. All right, I'll see you guys in a few weeks. This is due to me on Monday. Have a good one. Bye.